Welcome to Secret Dealers, the show where you have to decide whether to keep or cash in your most treasured valuables when the secret dealers pay you a visit. Our 3 secret dealers have been invited to spend 1 hour in 2 homes to rifle and rummage and place secret bids on anything they want.
Oh, I love that. I'm not leaving a price on it, but I love it.
But will it be enough? Because our 3 dealers are competing against each other.
Wrapping their bids.
And when all the bids are in, our homeowners return to find out what the dealers want to buy and how much they are willing to pay.
That's amazing. Didn't think I'd got so much.
Then it's the quandary of what to keep and what to cash in.
If it's 20 quid, it's going.
No, it's not.
And I'll be on hand to look after the homeowners' interests. So, how much money will they make today? And what will the dealers be walking away with? For our first property, we're off to Herefordshire to meet Chef Julian and his wife Dinah. Their home is this converted Victorian vicarage. Before they moved to the country, Julian was a head chef in many top London restaurants, and amongst all the interesting items inside are some tempting relics from Julian's past. Though Dinah wouldn't agree.
It's just in the way. It's in the way. Guests bash it as they come in, so I quite like that to go.
No, it's a talking point. I rather like it, yeah, thank you. But if you offer a lot of money, you might be able to get rid of it.
Good. Right, well, fingers crossed there then.
Fingers crossed
okay.
there, yeah.
The house is also littered with antiques passed down from Dinah's family and some choice items picked up along the way, like this beautiful 17th century oak coffer in the hall.
For years we've used it to hide all the Christmas presents because it was too heavy for the children to lift. So we just used to hide them in there.
They might still be in there, actually.
If there are, the dealers will find them. So why have you invited 3 antique dealers into this lovely house to rummage through all your things?
Well, a bit of a whim, really. We've had to doss ourselves, actually, because we've just spent a fortune on a new boiler. So.
Oh dear, really?
Yes, very costly. So we thought maybe we would have a few bits and pieces that we were happy to get rid of and, be interested to see how much they would make, really.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's time to hand over the keys because those dealers are going to be arriving very soon.
Oh, dear.
You're leaving me in charge. Don't look so nervous, Dinah.
I am.
I'll look after everything and I'll see you in an hour.
Bye-bye.
Well, there are plenty of rooms to explore, but I'm sure a bit of legwork won't put off Alison, David or Mike. Hi, you 3. Now, I've got a substantial period house for you today, packed with stuff, so you're going to be busy.
Let's have a go.
Get in
Come
there.
on.
Get in there. You've got an hour.
Will it be enough?
Go.
Here we go.
Straight away, David's found an Edwardian measure for spirits.
Well, that's quite a sweet thing. It's a shot thing in the silver in the shape of a thimble, which is really nice. I think we're going to leave a price on that.
That's bid number 1.
I used to have one just like that. Little 1950s doll's house.
While Alison's feeling nostalgic, David's already spotted something else.
This is an apple corer in ivory, which is great, isn't it? Look at that, for coring your apples. Early 19th or even 18th century. It's nothing special, but it's just a lovely object, isn't it? And down here, we've actually got a couple of pencils as well. This one's actually by Tiffany. The clip in the shape of T, Tiffany, that's great. And this is an ivory penning pencil with a sort of an amethyst top. And I'm going to leave a bid on the 3.
Good going, David.
Bits and pieces. We can't get in.
Let's hope it's only the drawers that are misbehaving. Where's Mike?
I'm looming towards this. It's
Unusual?
possibly Portuguese, in the style of a man called Palissy, but this is a 20th century copy, but nevertheless. How much do you think I should leave on a lobster plate quandary?
A bit like that jammed drawer.
Gotta get in there, because there's boxes in there that you need to look at.
And Alison's not the only one in a predicament. After a strong start, David seems to have stalled. He's covering lots of ground, but he's just not bidding.
Well, I'm struggling a bit. I'm struggling to find bits.
While David and Alison can't see what they're looking for, Mike's got a better excuse.
I've forgotten my glasses. I'm just going to get them.
It's only David, Alison.
Glasses, we're back in business.
Well, not everyone.
It's a tortoiseshell and lacquer card case, which is in quite good condition, except the lacquer has been a little bit rubbed. I should leave a price on that.
Meanwhile...
Have you done it? Oh, you clever stick.
Happy to help.
Oh, well done, you.
Yeah,
Excellent. Interesting. It does, doesn't it? It looks like a set of... Oh, it's empty. All that for an empty box.
Typical. At least David's up and running again. Mike, who's a dark furniture specialist, has found Julian's chest.
We've got a 17th century oak coffer, panelled top. Now that dates about 1680 or so. We've also got to check these for the carvings, because invariably the carvings are later, but this doesn't look too bad from first looks. I'll leave a price on it.
An unusual corkscrew with a brush for dusty bottles has caught Alison's eye.
That's a ratchet bottle opener, brass-ended. I don't really collect that kind of stuff, and I don't deal with it, but I like it.
In Herefordshire, our three antiques experts have been scouring Julian and Dinah's Victorian home in search of their valuables. They have just 1 hour to place secret bids before our homeowners return.
There's my price.
And while our dealers make the most of every minute...
We found it. Jewellery.
I want to have a better look at Julian's pride and joy. Now, this is just the sort of thing you'd expect to see in a top Mayfair restaurant in the 1970s. Open it up and a joint of roast beef would sit right here. Wonder if the dealers will like it. Well, they certainly spotted a lot that they do like.
An Edwardian clock. Lovely ram's heads. It's like an Adams style, but revived in the Edwardian days. It's not silver, it's silver plate. What a lovely little timepiece. I could sell that. Pull that out a second.
Alison is putting together objects she fancies from the cabinet, including 4 watches.
That would be Edwardian, 1915. It's not gold, it's gold-plated. And what I'm going to do, I'm leaving a bid on that.
It's quite an assortment. No wonder you can't decide on a price. I knew that trolley would get our dealer's attention.
This is silver plate. I'd say, looking at that, it dates from round about 1910, 1920.
Mike's not messing about. He's straight in with his bid.
Bingo. That is bingo.
Alison's found 2 more pieces to an incomplete Victorian cruet set she really likes.
I'm just missing one now. I think I saw one in the dining room.
Well, Mike's in there at the moment, and he's got his hands full with a Georgian table. And with time running out, there's a rival for the carving trolley.
It is AD, but I don't understand. I don't know who that's by.
Mike, are you snooping?
This is the one thing in the house I'd like to buy. And I've waited till he's put his bid on. And I'm going to put a bid on it now.
Cunning.
Where was it?
Alison's still 1 salt cellar short of a cruet set. Mike sneaks back, but he's been spotted.
We're being forced to pay more than we want to.
With only a few minutes left, Alison gives up looking and makes a bid in the hope that Dinah and Julian find the missing cruet piece. But who'll get the last word on the trolley?
Game on. Third price change.
This is my last change, Mike.
Fine.
And if you beat
Go
this, you're welcome to it.
Of course, the dealers have no idea what each other is bidding. And unbeknownst to the boys, there's a third interested party.
They're upping their bids. Looks like war. pretending we don't like it and we haven't seen it, but we have really.
Will Alison trump them both?
Time's up, everybody. Have you been squabbling again?
Well, we haven't been squabbling. It's only what we do. That's what we do. We bid in auctions. That's good.
In the last hour, our secret dealers have bid on 19 items between them. But what will they be going home with? Time to welcome back Dinah and Julian.
So what did that feel like, knowing there were 3 people in there?
A bit strange, wasn't it?
Yeah, very weird, yes. A bit unnerving,
Glad
really.
to come back.
So how much do you think they will have bid on?
Halfway towards an old sports car, really.
Really?
Yes.
What old sports car are you planning on, Julian?
Frog-eyed Sprite for me, nice.
Very nice.
Is that right?
I want a wardrobe.
Oh, we can have a wardrobe. On
We
casters.
need. I don't actually want. We need a wardrobe. Yes.
So I can see if we do raise you a little bit, there might be a bit of disagreement what it gets spent on.
Maybe.
That'll be a first as well, wouldn't it?
Well, don't get too carried away.
No.
Because in this envelope, I have written the total sum of the highest bids.
Right.
So in short, if you accept all the highest offers left on your belongings, this is the amount of money you could walk away with today.
Don't faint. Oh, there you are. then.
Oh, £4,545.
Well, that's a relief.
It was, actually, yeah.
It's time to decide what you might want to keep, but what you might want to sell.
OK,
Should we go and have a look?
Let's go
let's
have a
do
look.
that then.
Well, our dealers have earmarked their favourites, but will Julian and Dinah part with them? And first up, it's that 19th century corkscrew that Alison liked.
Now, corkscrews can be very collectible. Can be.
Right.
Where did this one come from?
This is from my father's side of the family. We don't tend to use it so much now, especially now they're screw-top bottles.
I know, yeah. Well, it's got an interesting mechanism which helps to make it quite collectible. It's called a king's rack. I did notice a little bit of damage. Do you know anything about that?
Yes, that was me, unfortunately. I left a cork in there. It swelled and came through.
It's just split the brass, hasn't it?
Shame.
Slightly, yeah.
A little bit of a shame, but not that much of a shame because all 3 dealers
3
wanted
dealers.
it. Alison has bid you £20.
Oh,
No.
OK, let's see what Mike thinks. £128.
That's a lot
Gosh.
better.
that's not bad, is it?
I don't think that's too bad.
Is it going to get better?
I don't know. Hold your breath and see.
Yes.
David says 170.
I think that's pretty fair, don't you?
Oh, I do. I do think that's pretty fair, yes.
What do you think?
Well, I think actually in its current condition, it's probably worth between 150 and 200. I have to tell you, if it was in perfect condition, it's probably worth between 400 and 500.
Gosh, as much as that. Yes, I knew it was worth a lot, but I didn't tell you when I broke it, actually.
But then if you don't use these things, I know sometimes they can get damaged, but you might as well use them and enjoy them, mightn't you, than just take
I
them
like
stuck
screw
away.
tops, don't you?
I like screw-top bottles, yes. Should we lose that?
Yeah.
Then? We'll lose that.
That's a sale?
It's a sale.
I think there's still a small profit in it. A bit lucky because I didn't see it initially. I couldn't get the drawer that it was in open.
I was the one that found it, even though I didn't really understand its true value.
Let's see if Alison has better luck with that Edwardian mantle clock that she and Mike both bid on.
Well, this clock is ticking away. It's obviously in very good working order. And both Mike and Alison have left you a bid on this. Tell me a little bit about it.
That comes from my mother's side of the family. I remember it as a child at my grandparents' house. We've had it resilvered.
I got it resilvered a
once.
few years ago. Cost us a fair bit this
It
year.
owes you a little bit.
Yeah.
Because, of course, it's silver-plated, isn't it, rather than
It is,
silver?
yeah.
So you've had it replated.
Should have put it on copper, I think.
Right. Well, I particularly like the design because it's typical for a manufacturer known as A.E. Jones, who was in Birmingham. And this is a very arts and crafts type finish, the hammered finish. But that's combined with these classical motifs, the ram's heads and the poor feet. So it's quite an interesting combination. Do you want to see what the bids are?
Yes, please.
Well, Alison has made you a bid of 140.
Don't think much of that,
No.
really. I wouldn't
No.
get rid of it for that, no.
Better see what Mike thinks then. Because Mike says 145.
Oh.
£5 more.
Our independent valuer actually says between 100 and 150.
I think for that price we'll keep it.
Yes.
Yeah.
No sale.
No sale.
No sale.
So after making an investment in the Mantle clock, it's staying in the family. Now it's time to see if they can bring themselves to part with some other family heirlooms.
Tell me a little bit about these. They're three really lovely things.
Well, these two probably come via my grandmother from her brother who spent a lot of time in the army. He brought back quite a lot of bits of ivory when he was in Egypt.
That's a present to me. I was a grateful customer.
Very nice.
He didn't die of food poisoning, so it was all right.
Mike and David have left you a bid on all three items. Mike says 195.
Right. That's not bad.
That's not bad.
Would you sell all three for that?
I would.
Oh,
Would you?
I don't know. Depends
I think
whether
I would.
Or is
Yeah.
it the one
Is that it?
higher?
Oh, well, this is it.
Should we have a look? David says, for all three, remember, 320.
He's a nice man, isn't he?
I would say all three pieces would be worth between 2 and 250.
I'm quite happy with
Yes,
that.
I think I
I am. Yes, yes. Yes, we'll sell those.
That's a sale.
That's a sale.
That's a sale.
I particularly like the Tiffany pen, funnily enough, with the T as the clip.
A great result at £320, and the sales kept coming. The Portuguese lobster dish went to Mike for £85. David got the Edwardian thimble measure for £180. And the missing salt cellar was found and posted on to Alison after she bought the cruet set for £100. Now, Julian is quite attached to his coffer. Will Mike's bid be enough?
So tell me about this lovely coffer.
Well, I acquired this from a colleague of mine who was setting up his restaurant. Well, it wasn't selling it, it went bust, so he was getting rid of it fairly quickly, so I managed to pick it up for a song, really.
So what do you call a song, Julian?
Well, it was £50 with some other stuff included.
Really? So £50, not just for that alone, for other things as well?
Oh, yes, loads of other stuff.
Wow. Well, the thing I love about it is, of course, it is 17th century, so it's a really old piece, yeah.
I hope
Gorgeous
yours.
bit of oak. Is it something that you'd like to sell?
I'm not sure I do, to be honest with you.
We better have a look, hadn't we? Because Mike has made you a bid for this.
Yeah, has he?
Mike has left you a bid of £290.
Oh, no.
I think that's a no.
It was a very
That's a
definite
big
no,
no.
wasn't it?
I thought if there'd be another nought on the end, we might
Oh,
say
yes,
yes.
absolutely.
Our independent valuer says for a piece this sort of size, £300 to £400 on the open market.
But I think I'll keep it for that money.
I think we'll keep that, yes.
No sale.
No sale.
So they liked the coffer too much to let it go, and they denied the dealers again, turning down £240 for Alison's varied collection and £50 for the 19th century cheroot holders. So they're not afraid to say no. And Julian's cherished carving trolley is up next.
Now, this really is quite a contraption, isn't it, Julian? And as a chef, you must know how to use it.
Well, of
What
course.
would you call it?
Carving trolley, I'd call that.
Right, what would you call it, Dinah?
Flipping nuisance.
Oh, would you?
Thank you very much.
I get to clean it more of the time, too.
Right. So how does the whole thing work?
Well, you fill this up with hot water, and there's some burners underneath, which keep it hot, and you put your roast meat on the top, and your gravy or your roast potatoes or vegetables in these things. Close the lid, and it's like an early hostess trolley, if you like.
Very nice.
It is very nice. I don't know why you want to get rid of it.
Oh, it's always useful to have that in a hall, isn't it? And well, there's 3 bids, look.
Oh, she's noticed. She's noticed.
Oh, well.
If it's 20 quid, it's going.
No, it's not. Wouldn't even
Well,
buy
let's
the
have a
meat.
look, shall we? Alison has bid you £1,150.
Oh, what a lovely lady.
It's not bad.
You're quite attached to this, aren't you, Julian?
Yes.
Oh, another one. See if we can persuade him. Please.
Well, Mike says 1,414.
Well, that's a bit better, isn't it?
It's getting better and better, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'd hold out for a bit more.
Would you? Would you really?
Call me old-fashioned.
Dear.
Would you?
Oh, let's just hope that the blue one is a little bit more than...
Our independent valuer says £400 to £500 for this in the present condition.
Well,
Oh, that's a pretty good offer then, isn't it?
it's a very good offer.
Yes.
David says £1,800.
I think we'll let David take it, don't you?
Sure.
No, please. Please, let David have it.
Okay, David may have it.
I think I egged him on a little bit there. I mean, I hope he does very well with it.
A little bit hot, a little bit spicy, but I think there's still a profit with a bit of luck.
The dealers made bids on 19 of Dinah's and Julian's possessions, and in the end they accepted half of those offers. So how much cash will they walk away with?
And what about this hostess trolley?
Oh, yes,
Well, I never liked the thing in the first place.
Oh, Julian, how could you?
Well, in 1 hour, you have made £3,476.
Fantastic.
Fabulous. Absolutely wonderful.
So, has that paid for the boiler?
Not quite.
Nearly. But it's on the way
without
for a
the
sports
timer.
car, isn't it? Blow the water.
Well, you've been fantastic fun. Thank you very much.
Well, thank
Well,
you.
thank you for coming.
Next, we're off to Oxfordshire and a 15th century cottage owned by Lynette. She inherited the cottage from her father 10 years ago, and it's filled with the interesting artefacts that he collected or gave to her as a small child, like this box of curiosities in the bedroom.
It brings back all sorts of memories from my childhood. I was presented with the box, usually when I was ill in bed and bored, to rummage through, and it's full of fascinating things.
Something which she'd find hard to part with is this 19th century rosewood music box.
It belonged to my grandparents, so I've known it all my life. I think it's French. It plays a lot of French tunes, none of which I recognise, but some of them very pretty.
But Lynette thinks it's time now to let some items go, and she would like to raise some money to restore a much-loved but damaged picture.
It's not a particularly good one, but it's one that I'm very fond of, so it'll be worthwhile to me.
How would you describe the contents of your house?
Very mixed. My father was an inveterate collector of everything. It's not all valuable material. It's interesting more than valuable.
So how do you feel about 3 antique dealers going in there and having a good old rummage around?
Well, I must admit, slightly nervous, especially what they might find. Who knows? But no, I shall be interested to see just what they do find.
Those dealers are going to be here any minute.
Right.
So it's time to send you on your way.
OK, it's getting very exciting.
I'll see you in an hour.
Right.
Well, there's plenty here for our dealers, but will they find everything? Let's see.
Now, this house goes back 600 years, and it really is a treasure trove, guys. So you're going to need every second of that hour.
Well, let's get on
How
with it.
exciting.
Come on, then.
Go.
Let's go.
Come on, rock on there.
Looks like a real treasure trove.
You're not kidding, Alison.
Look at my fingers twitching.
There's obviously loads of stuff here that I'm going to be interested in.
Mike and Alison dive in, but it's David who's first to strike.
We've got a single Chinese vase, 19th century, apparently in perfect condition, although my eyes are a bit dodgy these days. We'll bid on that.
And that's just the start. He's soon leaving bids all over the place. Alison, however, has been rooted to the spot, having found Lynette's 19th century ivory collection.
I've got a card case here. I mean, just look at the work on that. You've got a whole life going on here. You've got them working at the table. It's lovely. I love it.
Alison leaves bids for various items all on one card.
That's a tactical thing, because I'm hoping it will confuse the boys.
Goes to show our dealers consider every move they make.
A box of gubbins. Upside down. We have now got a broken box of gubbins.
Scrap that last comment. What's David found?
English silver is amazing because it looks it was Indian, but it's going to be London late 19th century, worth the weight of the silver. And I haven't got some scales with me, so I'm just going to guess at a price.
Oh, I think I'm out of my depth here.
You could be right, Mike.
Remains of cannibal feast. I mean, we could put that on a leg of lamb, couldn't we?
Next door, it's like a collectibles pick and mix. An Edwardian display case full of goodies like scent bottles, candle nips, ivory seals. And Alison's like a child at the sweet counter. And David's discovering another rich seam.
Bamboo walking stick, Indian silver scroll case. If I spend money at this rate, how much am I going to spend by the time we finish?
Mike, meanwhile, is a bit bogged down.
I've got 1 hour, right? I'm just going to put it all back in there, put a price on it, and keep my fingers crossed.
Spanish Moroccan luster. You leave it a little bit.
Grape scissors. Take your grape scissors and cut your grapes. Very elegant.
Are you hiding bids again, Alison? Oh. It looks like Mike has finally got moving.
I'm going to leave on that little silver pin box, only because my wife collects them. There we go. There you go.
He's back on track, and look, he's found Lynette's music box. Struth. At least he's not singing.
Who loves you, baby?
Save us, David. Look, here's some Japanese bronzes.
Have a look at them. They're signed by Meow, best quality Japanese artist. You'll always find that the bases for his work have this lacquer around. Late 19th century, Meiji period. This one also signed. And we've got traces on this one of gilding. I'll put a price on the two.
Now both David and Mike have bid on Lynette's music box. What will Alison make of it?
Let's see, what could it contain? Very nice. This was the early CD player, but it's got teeth missing and you can't really repair them.
But that doesn't stop her from bidding.
I don't trust anyone.
Quite right, Alison. Those bronzes have brought out Mike's competitive side.
Right, now he's gone, I'm just going to alter my price.
And Alison wants a piece of the action too.
I like them, but I don't really know what they're worth.
Well, there are some fascinating objects in this house, but all three dealers are approaching them differently. David's going mad and having a field day, Alison's having a really good rummage, and Mike seems to be having a few stabs in the dark. But I think there are some tactics going on here.
I see you're a music box expert.
Oh, how so?
I noticed you left a price on it.
Oh, no, I left the price on the table.
The table's with the music box.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, how blonde am I?
Now it's David's turn to get lost in the box.
2 stick handles. It's fascinating, interesting things, but whether they're worth any money. It's a scrimshaw tooth. That's the whale's tooth. Here's another one.
But with just minutes left, David doesn't know what Mike's just spotted.
He hasn't noticed it's completely lifted off the top. It's got a crack right the way through it. Bad eyesight.
Time's running out, and our dealers are feeling the pressure.
I feel panicky.
There's just too much to see here.
I can't think.
An Irish limerick clock. I can't walk past it without leaving a price on.
And all too quickly...
Hey, you three, time's up!
Yeah.
Marvellous house!
Yeah,
I loved
amazing
it.
thing.
Hey, 1 hour, 2 seconds.
Not enough time.
It's been exactly 1 hour since Lynette handed over her house to our secret dealers. She has no idea what's been bid on or what kind of money they're willing to offer. But it's time to find out.
Hi, Lynette.
Hello.
So how did that feel?
I think I trust them. And it's nice to be back home.
I bet it is. So in this envelope, I have written the sum total of all the highest bids.
OK.
So if you accept all those highest offers made on your belongings, this is the amount of money you could make. Do you want to have a look?
I'd love to. Thank you. Wow. That is quite a sum, isn't it? £14,534. That's amazing. Didn't think I'd got so much.
It certainly is amazing, but how much will Lynette be willing to sell? It's decision time, and a tough one to start. The musical box got all our dealers excited, but it's a particular favourite of Lynette's. Is this something special?
It is. It was my grandparents', and it's such a beautiful thing.
Well, David says £1,100.
Mm-hmm. Not impressed.
Really?
No. Well, to me, it's priceless, really, you see.
Alison says £1,150.
Well, she's slightly better, yes. But still no.
Still no. Mike, last chance. Mike says £1,875.
That's certainly better and possibly nearer what it ought to be. But it's just not for sale.
She should have taken his money. I'm surprised she didn't, but maybe she likes it. And again, it's the kind of thing that you can lay down like a phone line and still capitalise on it later.
The independent valuation is £2,000 to £2,500, but I don't think even that would have been enough. Faced with Lynette's house full of treasures, our dealers got a bit delirious and bid all over the place.
If I spend money at this rate, how much am I going to spend by the time we finish?
Though Lynette could make over £14,000 by selling the lot, she's finding it hard to let go.
£1,100.
Not impressed.
Really?
No. It's priceless, really, you see.
Now it's those Japanese bronzes that got all our dealers hot under the collar. But can they tempt Lynette?
Well, the dealers spotted these bronze figures, Lynette, on your windowsill here. We've put them on the table. Where have these come from?
They've been in the family, as far as I know, for a very long time. They probably came from a great-aunt who lived in Ireland.
Do you like them?
I love them. Love them.
All three dealers have left you a bid.
I'm not really surprised.
Shall we have a look what Alison thinks first?
Right.
Well, she's left you a price for the two separately, which add up to £1,900.
Wow.
So Alison says £1,200 for the large warrior and £700 for the smaller one.
Really? Perhaps a little more than I thought. Yes.
Is it?
Perhaps a little more than I thought. But not enough to tempt me.
Oh, OK. David says £4,200.
Gracious. It's going up. Yes, that's incredible. They are lovely things, though, aren't they?
They are lovely things. And perhaps I should tell you at this point that our independent valuer has said for the two together, they would probably be estimated at between £3,500 and £4,500.
Really?
You've got one more bid left. Mike says £4,260. So Mike has just pipped David to the post in terms of highest bids.
Right.
But is it enough for you to sell them?
Nope.
No? Final answer.
Final answer.
So what do these mean to you then? Obviously more than over £4,000.
I just love them. They've been around as long as I can remember. They're sort of part of the family history, and I suppose I'm rather into the family history.
That is a pity. Could I have a second chance?
So the bronzes stay put. Lynette is digging her heels in. She turns down £395 for the contents of this display table and £550 for the ivory card case. But next is the English silver tea service. Will the offer be enough for Lynette?
Actually, Indian design things are coming back at the moment.
Really?
Which makes this a lot more commercial.
Really? That's nice to know.
Well, David has left you a bid on this. And David says for the 4 pieces, £800.
It's less than we paid for it.
Our independent valuer says 800 to 1,000. Remember, this is the money that's on the table today. No auction fees,
True.
no insurance fees,
That's very true.
no haulage fees.
All right, I'm tempted.
So is that a sale?
Yes.
£800
£800.
is yours.
Lovely.
Pleased to buy it. A very interesting tea set.
It wasn't really my cup of tea.
Finally, Lynette sells something, and other treasures start to follow. She sells the late 19th century lustre dish to David for £30. The silver-plated grape scissors to Alison, also for £30. And the silver trinket box, dated 1899, to Mike for £42. And what about that box of curiosities Lynette's father gave her to amuse her when she was so little?
Now, Lynette, you've got a whole box of curiosities here, and these pieces have come out of the box. Tell me about it.
I don't know when and where it started, but it's been around as long as I have, anyway. Filled through the years by my parents with all sorts of amazing curiosities in it, and I'm rather fond of it.
Well, Mike has left you a bid on the whole contents. £395.
I think, sentimentally, it's worth more than that to me.
Well, David says £550.
I think, actually, it's worth more to me as a collection.
Well, if you don't want to sell the whole box full, Lynette, David and Alison have also bid on these pieces here, which came out of it.
Yes.
The parasol handles and these teeth. They're intriguing.
Whale's teeth, I believe, aren't they?
Well, David has bid you for all 4 items, and he says £200.
A possibility.
Tempted?
Tempted, perhaps.
Well, Alison only wants the parasol handles.
Yes.
And Alison says £80 for the 2.
The teeth are really worth that much, are they?
They are to David.
I'm surprised. I think I'd probably go for David's option.
And sell all 4 items?
Yeah. I've still got plenty in my box to remind me of my childhood, I think.
That's a sale?
I think so, yes.
Pleased to buy those, but would have liked the whole lot. Would have liked to have made up a little cabinet of curiosities.
I think he's done well at 200. I don't know what ivory teeth sell for.
Lynette's house certainly got our dealers excited.
My finger's twitching.
And it showed in their bids. Over £14,000 was on offer, but Lynette was just too attached to most of her things and only sold 8 out of 42 items. So how much money will she be walking away with today?
And though you think you may not have sold very much, you might have made a little bit more money than you think. Because in 1 hour, you have made £1,298.
Don't believe it, really? Well, that's enough to get my little picture restored, as well as have a bit of change over, I think.
Well, thank you very much. It's been fascinating to have a look round your home. Thank you very much.
Well, you're very welcome. It's been a pleasure to have you.
Between them, Lynette, Dinah and Julian have made nearly £5,000 from selling their belongings today. But how have our dealers fared? Well, the lobster dish Mike bought for £85 has been snapped up for £105. Alison has sold the grape scissors for £45. And all the effort David put into that carving trolley has paid off because he sold it for £2,500. As for our homeowners, Lynette has booked a holiday to Egypt and plans to restore her cherished painting. And it looks like Dinah's wardrobe will have to wait because their money really did go towards Julian's new sports car. Well, sadly, that's the last show in this series, but our secret dealers have offered an incredible amount of over £100,000 to our homeowners.
I'm staggered.
Goodbye for now.